Hey guys, this is Coach Alan Baker and Coach Bob Berge. We are the Association Director and the Technical Director of Eric Paulson's Combat Submission Wrestling Association. Welcome to the CSW podcast.
Hey guys, welcome back to CSW Podcast. Awesome guest today, Professor Rigan Machado. Really excited. It's awesome. So what he's going to cover today, he trains a lot of celebrities from his Beverly Hills Academy. He's going to give us a few stories about that. Can't wait to hear those. And then he's going to go into a little bit of his fight training routines. The theme we've had going in the last couple of episodes is training routines and designing workouts. So he's going to go into a little bit of that.
Or training to go to war, as he puts it.
Training to go to war, yeah. So he's going to go into that, and then back to training for regular guys like us. He shares a few of his tips for that. So Alan's going to give us a little bit of information about Professor Rigan, and then we're going to jump right into the content.
All right. He's the founder of the Academy in Beverly Hills, California. He's an 8th degree red and black belt in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. He is the nephew of the legendary Grandmaster Carlos Gracie. Just a little tidbit on him: from age 14 through 21, he won the World Championships every year and every belt division. He amassed a record of 365 wins and no losses in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu competition. That's pretty impressive. Okay, Master Rigan, one of my first questions has to do with the new sports league that you're working on, the Jiu Jitsu World League. I would like to know a little more information on that and what you're doing with it.
This league is a dream come true. I've been working the Jiu Jitsu World League for almost 9 years now. We just launched last year. The first year was a tough year for us because we lost a lot of money from the beginning for keep the survive. We did around 8 or 9 events. But when you're not established, take time to brand your product. Basically now, the second year, we've been very successful. We reached close to 2,000 athletes for event now. And I believe in the next 3 or 4 years, we're going to be the number one sport league in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
All right. What kind of events are you putting on?
My whole idea, to push sport Jiu-Jitsu to be like a professional. Like any other sport, like you spend your whole life training, but the reality is amateur sport. The only way you survive as an athlete in case you have sponsors. What I try to do is to push the sport to a level we can get distribution to push, same like UFC, you push MMA to be to the next level. I try to do the same thing on the sport Jiu-Jitsu.
Are you going to be doing any type of public events on television or anything similar?
I think the business plan. I'm very lucky because my partner is a phenomenal business person. He's an MBA Harvard business guy. He used to own Fox Sports. He was a box promoter, promoted close to 300 fights. Mike Tyson, George Foreman, all these guys. And I met him at the Academy of Beverly Hills, and by talk to him, we kind of brainstorm and come out the idea to push to do the right way. Basically, we did the focus meetings together to do 3 or 4 days of a conversation to start get all the research we need, the ideas to try push to the next level. The difficult part was to change a lot of the rules, because the problem when you get any sport to TV, you have to be the rules have to be very aggressive, have to be very entertainment, have to have a lot of points to give tools for the people who are going to talk about the fight, to give the motivation for people to watch. Because the problem today, I believe we have rules of the sport is a lot of details, like a lot of vantage, a lot of little things. It's almost like for you learn about the rules, you have to talk to 10 people. You have to almost have a book to tell you every detail, because it's get you confused. If the people who watch the event is getting confused, like they don't know who's winning, who's losing. And what I try to do is to keep simple enough and aggressive enough to one day go to TV, have people excited to watch the competition. Because grappling come popular and a lot of people like to watch. I just watched this weekend, watch Metamores, was very success. A lot of people came to watch. Things is getting better and better. Yeah, I think the next level now, what's missing for the sports to go pro.
Where are you holding these events now?
We start in California. We have right now, actually next weekend, we're going to have one in LA. It's pretty simple. Just go to jjworldleague.com. They have all the informations, directions. It's going to be 2 days event. We have close to 2,000 competitors. It's very well organized. We took some time to get to that level. We're still doing a lot of little mistakes here and there, but I believe the third year we're going to be really, really ready to push to the next level. I think the first 2 years is a process for you learn from mistakes and how to put the right people training, the staff. Right now I have almost 60 people working for us, and all the people swear good. We've been doing really good.
You said you're having most of the events on the West Coast now. Are you planning anything for the East Coast in the future?
Yes. The next year we're going to spread for Boston, Philadelphia, New York. We're going to do New Jersey. We're going to spread, and we're going to do to Texas and Florida. Florida, we try open headquarters, because what you try to do, the headquarters, is the guys who the staff we're going to train to run the events there. We're going to have a warehouse to hold all the stuff and have the staff to run the events, because we little by little try next year to grow in different states and try triple the number of events we're going to do. And so far we're doing really, really good. I think that will be one of the biggest organizations of the sport.
Have you had any of the events go on TV yet?
Not yet, because one of the things I talked to my partner said something very interesting. He said, Rigan, we're doing something right, things going to get easy. Mm-hmm. But right now in the steps to learn how to do everything perfect, which never is perfect, always going to have some problems here and there. But it's very important us to do the best we can, because when you go to TV, you want to be ready for it. It's almost like you're going to deal with bigger boys. Basically, like you want to be sure everything in place. You have the numbers behind you. You be sure when you do an event, you have the best athletes. You have to be sure the staff is well trained when you run the event to be ready to not do mistakes, because you can't afford to have mistakes when you get to the next level.
All right. And you said, obviously training staff and people getting involved. If I were to want to get involved, or someone out there wanted to get involved and help out, what would they do?
The organization is always welcome for people who want to be a part. I think the first good idea for you to, before get involved, come and watch one of the events to understand what we're doing. And you want to get involved, and you want to help us to host the event in different areas. We just be sure we follow the same steps what we're doing in these states, California, because right now in California, California, Nevada, we're doing really good. We've been doing close to over 20 events a year. Now we're going to try double for 30 or 40 events next year.
Wow.
But we always look, because for us, the most important, when you do a research of the states, right now have 4 different areas. The number one state we have the biggest number of jiu-jitsu is in California. We have the biggest numbers. That's why they have the Pan American, the World Championship in California, because that's where you can get the biggest number of athletes. Florida have the second biggest number of athletes in the sport, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. After this, the New York, Boston, East Coast. After this, we have Atlanta, who have a big group. In little bit, go to Chicago, go to a few other areas like that. We start to see Colorado, still small compared to California. Oregon, Seattle, this place is small, same like Colorado. But we're going to go everywhere. We just want to be sure, baby steps, not go too fast. But everything we're doing, I believe we're doing right in the right time. Just need to be patient to get to the top of the mountain.
Have you had any types of events outside of the United States yet?
Not yet. The number one market for us is the United States.
Okay.
As soon as we conquer U.S., the next country we're trying to go is going to be, we've been talking about to open headquarters in Spain. My partner is going to buy a house there. In Spain, we do England, Germany, talking about to go to Portugal, France, Europe right now. I believe the place, I think the next place I would love to have an event is going to be between Portugal, which hosts the Euro competition for IBJJF. That's a good place to start. Spain, I believe, can be really good. England, Germany. From there, we try push Italy, start getting popular. I think what's good about Europe, doesn't matter where you do the event, it's easy to go. I think people is going to be from everywhere is going to be able to come to the event when you get establish yourself. Yeah, when you have a new organization, it's going to take time for people trust your organization, people like your organization. Same like the first year we did event here was not easy because the first event we didn't know how to control the budget. We didn't know how much cost to put a good event. We spent 3 times the number we spend today and have only 150 athletes. And that we realized, wait a minute, it's going to take some time. It's not that easy to establish your name as an organization. But now we're doing really good. We're growing. I think we're growing so fast right now. It's not going to be difficult in future to spread to other states or other countries.
That's exciting. And you gave the website, which is jjworldleague.com.
Yes.
All right. The next question I had is about your academy in Beverly Hills. I always follow a lot of your posts on Facebook and Instagram. I'm just curious, what's going on at the school? Anything?
The school, my whole life, I have schools. I have some of the top teams in competition. But in the back of my mind, I always was curious. I love Hollywood. I love movies. I love the entertainment business. Just I think you know what? I want one day to have a school teach celebrity, hang out with the boys from the movies. And when they opened the school in Beverly Hills, on the beginning, I was curious. I said, man, I think I opened school in the wrong place because Beverly Hills no parking. It's not a place to get athletes to training. I was kind of scared. My first student was Ashton Kutcher. And from there, I started training celebrities. Yeah, today I have close to almost 30 to 40 celebrities. But the celebrities is different because they come and they train for you, they have to leave. They're student. That's why more you have. In case I have all the celebrities come one time, it's going to be close to 48 celebrities. But they never come. It's always like half is doing a movie, the other half is coming. When the other guy is coming, the other one is leaving to do a movie. It's very interesting to doing it, because sometimes you see guys like these movies. Sometimes they take a year to do it. Some guys film these big films like take 6 months, 7 months. After this, they travel around the world to PR the film. It's crazy.
What kind of adjustments do you have to make when you're training celebrities?
I create a method. I have to adjust this method because one time I have a student to talk to me, and they have big insurance to protect some of the celebrities. Mm-hmm. They want to be sure the celebrities don't get hurt or something like that. And basically, like, they have to understand what you're doing. Another way, they don't want to have a set. They film a TV show. They arrive on the set with scratch on the face. That's not going to be good for them. And I create a method based in drills. They do like 35 to 40 minutes doing drills. Mm-hmm. First, I spend the first 10 minutes showing them 3 techniques, no more than 3. And after this, I say, okay, now let's do a set of repetition, and you guys gonna do like this drills repetition and go to sets to help them to memorize well the techniques. And sometimes they do some days like 10 techniques, and they have to drill no stop for at least 20 minutes. No stop. That's not only they can get the cardio, they get the transition, they learn the techniques well, but that's the only way I was able to figure out a way to teach these guys. Because when you come from a background like training athletes, like for instance myself, I used to train 3 sections a day: morning, lunch, and evening. Later the day, and I spar close to 30 to 40 times a day. And but I get ready for go to a war. Like a war zone, where to scramble and headbutt and try to get ready to fight another warrior. But these guys, it's a different ball game. They get ready to do a film. If they can't take a chance to get hurt, what happens? I have to create that adaptation for the come very success, because all the classes, they love it. I get my time is get more difficult. It's funny because I try to raise the price to say, hey man, I'm too busy. He said, the guys, no problem, I want to buy 20 classes. I said, man, are you sure? Yeah, I have to figure out more time to teach these guys. But yeah, I love it. I love it because one of the things, when you teach, I like to teach myself. When they teach myself, it's almost like I review the techniques with them, and that keeps me very alive on the teaching in the knowledge, the sport. You know what I mean? Because in case you don't put yourself out there to drill with your students and just show the techniques and stuff like that, I think you kind of start forgetting the timing of the techniques. It's almost like you lose a little bit the chess game. I think what I love about teaching is a super review all the time. I teach every day. My techniques keep sharp. I keep my knowledge growing. I keep studying. It's almost like keep you alive. And that's what I love teach, because helping to keep alive what I love to do, which is Brazilian Jiu Jitsu.
Do the guys when they come in, do they primarily do privates or focus on the classes?
First, I want to be sure my time today. I don't have much time like I used to have because I'm booked doing a tour around the world teaching. I'm booked doing outside different business, outside jiu-jitsu, and I booked doing all these privates. And basically, when the student comes to my academy, I can put him to do. I want to be sure he follow the rules. Like I don't want he come and go over aggressive against other guys because I want to be sure nobody can get hurt. And have a process they have to go through to be sure everything go well. You know what I mean? I don't want to nobody get hurt.
What is your process for that? So if you have someone who's a little over aggressive, how do you evaluate that?
At first, I put them to training. I don't let them spar right away, and I start get to know the person, trying to figure out what you want jiu-jitsu for, to help you, to have a workout, to have fun, to learn about martial arts. Each person have a different feel. In case he puzzle well with the rules of the academy, I love to help him.
So you might have to pull somebody aside and have a conversation or two. And let's say you have a guy who's just not getting that. Does he just have to leave, or what if you have someone who continues?
I just try to explain to them, I have so many other academies who have focus in specific competition, which I explain to them. For competition, you need a good group for you spar every day. You need guys with the same mentality, and a coach who push you to your limit for you get to the level for go for competition. My academy is come a private academy training for 90% of my clients is not want to compete. And I have to go by the clients I have today, which is no competition, but they want to learn the art. They want to learn the jiu-jitsu. Some of the guys want to train like competition. I try to do my best with what I have to help them, but my time right now is getting so tight. I focus most on the private classes and the seminars.
So you basically, if you have someone that's that aggressive, you have a place to send them. Well, we have fighter groups, so go play with them.
I sent to Eric Paulson. Another day, I have this Israel MMA fighter who came to my academy. He wanted to train in Beverly Hills. I said, my friend, I think I have a better place for you. Yeah, I drove him to meet Eric Paulson, to be over there. He's training Eric Paulson today. I told him, I think this is a better camp for you for what you have. Because you need tough guys to push you around for you get ready for go to a war. Yeah, he loved it.
All right, and you mentioned going to war. I like that, and training to go to war. And you mentioned the amount of hours and intensity you put into it. That kind of leads us to the topic we've been following this month, which is just setting up training routines for yourself personally. I'd like to hear more.
Two things make you a champion. Hours on the mat and hours in competition. You need to put hours. It's almost like I was lucky enough when I was in Brazil, my coaches put me to competing. I spent all day at the academy. And in base, I compete almost every weekend. This gave me a kind of the good experience when they go to big events. I was very comfortable. The problem when you don't have too much hours in competition, you get kind of hurt a little bit because you extra nervous, the adrenaline on your body. You're not so used to fighting in front of people, and this kind of affect your game sometimes. One thing in competition, So I tell people, I never compete thinking much about medals or this and that. I was addicted to the victory. I was addicted to look across the mat and see another competitor who want to beat me. He training hard. And when you go to the match, we go like to a war zone and scramble. And the winner, when you have opportunity to beat the guy, prove you the best, give you this amazing pleasure of accomplishment. And one the thing about me, I always want to find the next athlete I couldn't go after to have the same feeling. And I think you think like that, you're going to be a champion. Because I think one of the things of that kind of mentality, I think like you want to fight the best. You want to go after the best guys around. You wanna feel inside you're the best. That kind of feeling, when you feel that, when you feel like I'm the best, which is an amazing feeling, because you went through against the best guys and you prove to yourself, I'm very good. You know what I mean? You have that amazing feeling inside you. But never forget to be humble is the best weapon for an athlete. Always keep learning. It's like almost like you're always going to be a white belt. The difference from a higher level belt to a beginner, because I'm a white belt with more experience, which I keep learning more and more. I have a better eyes and a better reflex to learn new techniques, and that's what I see the evolution of the belt. It's almost like when they give the belt for the students, they say, hey, that's a new belt for you. I want you to make that belt be strong enough with the call of this belt. And not give you the belt just for you to feel like, oh, I'm a black belt, or I'm a purple belt, or a brown belt. I think you have to think like, I want to own a belt with sweat, blood, and honor. Because when you put the belt yourself, almost like is a motivation for you. Look, oh, I accomplished to hard work. I work hard to get to that level. That's why I like belts, because it's kind of motivate people to keep training and to reach a goal. Because not a lot of people like compete. Some people like to learn the martial arts for the fun, for the challenge, for the motivation to be around health people. And I think the belt gives them tools to keep going as a challenge. I like the belts a lot. I think belts is so important for teacher to give to his students. No? But in competition, I don't think about belts. I think competition is competition. Is you and another guy over there. Let's go to war. You see what happened. You know what I mean? That's what I love about competition.
When you're getting ready for a competition, what does an average training day look like? How many hours would you put in?
I think you break down the training. When they used to get the ready, I start doing like a preparation physically. First, a lot of running, a lot of power training, a lot of circuit training. And closer you come to the competition, you do less workouts and do more sparring. Mm-hmm. I do more physical. I want to do more, spend every inch of my time on the training, the sparring, because how strong I'm going to get in the last 2 weeks on the, you know what I mean? It's not much you can do. You get all the training, forget your strength, your cardio. Now you spend all your maybe do a little bit just to keep it. But my goal in the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks is just do jiu-jitsu, just spar.
I know for myself, as I've gotten older, my training, I've had to make a few adjustments just as far as maintenance. We actually talked to Greg Nelson a little bit about this last week. Have you had to make any adjustments personally in your training as you've gotten older?
I always look up to my uncles, Carlos Grace, Helio Grace. I remember I was training one time with Helio Grace. He's close to his 80s. And you old when you think you old. The moment you act like you're young and you love life, and for sure you have to slow down, like you're not 20 anymore. But I keep thinking young. I keep doing the same things I'm doing when I'm 20 years old. I still enjoy life every second. I think the moment, I remember one time Carlos Grace was sitting on the couch. I was like my 13 or 14. And sometimes when you're that age, you ask stupid questions. I came to him and said, "Oh, Uncle Carlos, well, why you wake up 4 in the morning to do exercise, have this nutrition, you have it scheduled to eat, you eat all this organic food, this health food. Why you don't wake up late and go to McDonald's and have some fun?" You know what I mean? He looked to me and said, "I'm gonna answer this stupid question in a way you understand, but don't ever ask me these stupid questions again. I'm gonna show you." He was sitting on the couch. He put his leg behind the head. His was close to 85 or something. And he stand up with the leg behind his head. And I was thinking, well, I can't do that. 14 years old. I understand completely, because older you get, like Carlos Grace said, the older you get, more you take care of your body. The more you take care of your body, better it's gonna be for you live longer. And that's what I bring from him. That's what I learned from him. Like I try eat more health. I try keep the body health and do a good routine. And basically, I think you think like that, you're gonna be young forever.
That was his personal routine and the professional routines, and then a little bit more about how you would design like a class. We had the celebrity classes, but then what about the regular classes for just regular students? Do you recommend people train twice a week, 3 times a week? What's your recommendation on that?
Depends. You want to compete, I recommend you do every day. You want to have the minimum is 2 times a week. You can't do much with once a week. Yeah, I think be sure you keep consistent. You're consistent, you get somewhere. You miss too much the class, almost push you back. You get stuck not to grow your game, because when you come back, you have to review everything again. I think the most important is consistent. Doesn't matter who you teach. You have consistent, you're gonna get somewhere. The moment you not take it, it's almost like I tell my student, when you do nothing, do 100%. You do half, you get half. You know what I mean? You want to be a good in Jiu Jitsu, but you do only 30%. You only get 30%. You want to be good in Jiu Jitsu, do 100%. I give you 100%. But some guys don't have much time, only train 30%. But that's what he get. It's not much you can do. You can do a miracle. It's very simple. You train hard, you get good. You train less, you get less good. Simple. Not much magic like.
Typically, how long is one of your classes? Are they an hour long?
Most likely, max an hour, sometimes 40 minutes, 45 minutes. Depend. In case I go physically with the opponent, I let him warm up. But the training, I go to a process for him to at least have a 45 minutes drills, and after this you want to stretch, is up to him. But the class take around it's not the time. The most important, he go to the drills, and he able to accomplish the number of drills I designed for them. I'm happy. I let them go. Even like he able to do in half an hour the workout I have for them. I let them. Okay, you can. It's not much you can do. You know what I mean? After this,
so are you saying typically, let's just say you have a 30 to 40 minute class, how many drills do you expect them to do in that class? Do you just keep it to like one or two?
I don't do more than three or four, because for me it's not how many techniques you do, it's how well you do what you learn. And the moment you start teach too much, you're doing a mistake, because it's like when they used to compete and I do 3 techniques or 4 techniques well, that's what it's about. It's not the quantity, it's how well we do whatever you learn. That's what's important for me. I want to be shown the end of the class. I want to see they do the drill 100%. In case I prefer to teach 3 techniques, but they drill enough for these techniques to do well. The too many techniques, and then the class they're not able to perform.
Do they roll every class? Do they are expected to free roll every class?
Some students yes, some students not. Bigger celebrities, I can't let them roll. I do something called breakdown training. Breakdown training for me is specific areas, like, oh, you're going to pass my guard inside control. I'm going to pass your guard inside control. I can't give him a chance to get hurt, because some of these guys worth so much money. I have to be very, very, very careful. Yeah, do it the best way I can for them don't get injured in any way.
Awesome. That's all I had, Alan. Anything else you had for a professor?
Well, those are the main questions I had today.
Perfect.
All right. Thank you.
I hope to see you guys soon on the mat. Thank you.
Yeah.
Do some technique.
Yeah. Thank you for coming on with us
Nice
today,
talking to
sir.
you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. This podcast is brought to you by Eric Paulson's Combat Submission Wrestling Professional Coaches Association. We are striving to be one of the top organizations in the world for professional martial arts instructor training and business development in the martial arts industry. For more information, you can contact me, Alan Baker, at cswatlanta@gmail.com or through the main website at ericpaulson.com.
Also, guys, remember, visit ericpaulson.com. We have online memberships, we have downloadable videos, and we have the store, which contains DVDs and our clothing line for you. So we pretty much have all the bases covered for you to get this information to you in the best way possible. So please visit ericpaulson.com for more CSW merchandise.